Sit, sit, stay. Good boy. Good boy. I'm not going to make him stay too long. He's learning. Place. Sit. Stay. Good boy. Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing sit and stay with Mr. All right. And before we start doing that, let's talk about obedience and its form. All right. So, obedience is not a positive thing. And I'm going to say that again. Obedience is not a positive thing. The reason why I say that is because I'm going to use a prime example, and I'm going to show you obedience isn't a positive thing. Okay. When I personally joined the United States Marine Corps, my first day arriving at boot camp was to learn human obedience. Okay, the drill instructors told you before you addressed anybody, you had to say, "Sir, recruit Carter, request permission to speak to drill instructor such and such." If you did not do it in that form, you were punished and you were sent to the pit. And the pit is a sandbox that was used for us to do exercise in, whether that was push-ups, sit-ups, whatever. If you did one push-up in the pit, it felt like you did 100 push-ups in the pit. It reminded you to say the proper greeting when greeting a drill instructor. Okay, so when we do healing with Mr. and he's going in between my legs and everything, that is a form of stimulation. This keeps him engaged. Because if I put him in a sit and he doesn't stay and I don't give him a treat, he's being punished. You get that? So if I put him in a down and he doesn't get a treat because he gets back up, he gets punished. So obedience is not every fairy tale where people make it seem like, oh, it's all only positive dog training and it's so fun and we give them treats. It's not that way. That's further from the truth. Okay? So when you think about teaching your dog obedience, you're teaching your dog to go against their impulse and their will to do what you want them to do. You want them in a crate. You want them in a place. You want them in a stay. You want them in a sit. But we have to teach the dogs that first. We have to teach them to do this. So first we're going to start training with Mr. today. We're going to start with using stay. And we're not going to edit it. We're going to show you realistically if he does it, how long he does it, and where we are with that. We're going to do the same thing when it comes to doing, Mr., come here. We're going to do the same thing when we do the down, okay? In between the training sessions, we're going to actually do healing between legs and on the side and everything to keep him stimulated in dog training, okay? That is the purpose. We have to keep him stimulated. If we don't keep him stimulated, he's not going to want to do it, all right? So first we're going to do stay. Mr., come on. Sit, sit, stay. Good boy. Good boy. I'm not going to make him stay too long. He's learning. Place. Sit. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. You see, I'm not moving away from him because I need him to understand the position to stay in the stay. If I move away from him, if I move away from him, then he's going to move. So I need him to understand the position before I actually start stepping back a further distance. Mister, here, place. Sit. Stay. Good boy. So we're working on stay. He's doing excellent. He didn't know stay before. Mr. Place, sit, stay. Mister, sit, stay. Mister, sit, stay, 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 stay. See, he's not getting rewarded when I have to put him back into the sit. So this is not fun for him because he wants to treat. This is the reason why he's working. So I have to start with one step, stay. Here. As soon as he went to move, I gave him a treat anyway so that he had done good, okay? You see he's already starting to go into position. Stay. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Stay. Sit. Stay. Good boy. This is extremely taxing and boring on the dog. It's boring work. Foos. It's boring work. The dog has to come back and forth. We have to do this a lot of times to get the dog to understand the motion of stay. Mister, come here. So a lot of people think dog training is easy, it's fun. Obedience is the most hardest because you have to have a lot of patience and you have to keep doing in repetition to get the dog to understand it. You're not going to get this out of a week or two. It's just not going to happen. You're just introducing and imprinting the dog to the command by week one and two. By week 3 or 4, it starts to get more solid. It takes at least about a year before the dog actually is committed to doing it without you having to use treats. Mister, come here, place. Mister, place. Sit. Stay. Good boy. Mister, place. Mister, come here. Place. Place. Sit. 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 Stay. Good boy. So we do this probably about, I'm going to say, 3 or 4 times a day for at least 45 minutes, as long as we can keep him engaged. I can keep Mister engaged as long as I do foosing later with him heeling between my legs and on my right and my left side. So that's how we keep him engaged. Foos. Foos. Mister. Foos. Good boy. Foos. Good boy. Mister. Third. Middle. Here we go. Mister. Training inside and training outside is 2 different things. Inside, there's no noise. You know what I mean, Brian? Outside, it's a bunch of distractions. Mister Center. Mister. Mister. Come here. Center. Center. So what I want to do is give him the left to right. Foos.
like this, and then when I go like this, through. Mister. See, he keeps walking off. You're not really hungry, are you? Mister, through. Mister, through. Well, he'll center when I tell him to. Center. Good boy, come on. Come on. Mister, come here. Foos. Foos. Mister. Foos. Through. Foos. Through. Sit. Mister, sit. Down. Down. Sit. Foos. Sit. Down. Foos. Sit. Down. Foos. Sit. Down. Middle. Sit. Down. Here. Foos. That's it, right.
Now we're gonna do down. Now we're gonna show you down. All right, so now it's time to do down. We've been doing sit. Now it's time to do down. Mister, here. Sit. Mister, sit. Down. Good boy. I'm gonna keep my hand down here because I want to keep him down. He's gonna want to pop up immediately. Exactly. So at first they start popping up and then they start staying down. Mister, come here. Sit. Sit. I want to put him in the sit first. down, down. Good boy. So by me waving my hand all the way down, I'm showing him, because right now he won't do it. I'll try to show you real quick, but he's not going to do it. Mr. Sit. Not Foos. Mr. Sit. Come here. Sit. Down. Good boy. So I can point to the ground now and he'll go down. So we're getting there. Mr. Come here. Sit. Sit. Mr. I didn't drop it. Sit. 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 Down. Down. Good boy. Well, you know, when Mr. came on day one, he didn't know down. He only knew sit. So, Foos, come here. Foos. So this is very good for him to actually be doing this on day 3. So we're going to do down again. Mr., come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Down. Good boy. Good boy. So, in order for me to try to keep him from popping up, I'm going to throw the treat down to him. Mr. Sit. Down. 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 There we go. So, teaching down and teaching sit takes time. Like we talked about before, it's repetitiveness. You didn't see Mr. doing any healing. You notice that. All he did was sit and stay. All right. So when we do healing, but when you do notice is Mr. heals automatically. Healing is one of the hardest commands to teach dogs. They just don't like the whole motion of swinging their body around. So teach and heal early is good because it helps out with the other commands. At least with me. So, Foos. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Place. Place. Sit. Stay. Good boy. Foos. Sit. Down. Down. Good boy. So this is where Mr. is on day 3. He knows sit. He knows stay. He knows center. He knows heel. He knows place. He's learning to work on his stay. He's working to work on his heel. So now that Mr. has done all that stuff in this training session, now I'm going to give Mr. some foosing because he loves to heel between legs and on the side. This is his fun time. So that's what we're going to do real quick. We're going to move out his stance. And we're going to show you what Mr. loves to do when he's not doing the other ones. Good boy. Foos. Good boy. Center. Good boy. Middle. Good boy. Middle. Foos. Foos. Good boy. He fooses on command. We'll show you real quick. Sit. Foos. I can turn to the left. I can turn to the right. I can make him foos. Foos. Down. Center. Foos. So he's having fun. In. 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 Good boy. Foos. Turn. Sit. Down. So when we talk about dog training, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the overall training of the dog. What can you do with the dog? And you got to make it engaging. Foos. Sitter. Good boy. Foos. Sitter. Good boy. So you got to make it all overall fun and engaging for the dog, or they're not going to learn. And it's just going to be boring for the dog. So that's what we do with him. We keep him engaged, we keep him active, and we keep him training. So thank you guys for watching Madison Bell. I hope this was inclusive to you on how we're doing our methods of training dogs and how fast they learn and why they learn so fast. And also too, guys, you gotta understand, you gotta be engaged with the dog too, or they're not gonna learn anything. And you gotta put a lot of time and effort into training your dog. So again, that's Madison Bell. I hope this was great information for you guys. And he's going to be awesome by the 7th day. He's on day number 3, and he looks amazing. So again, hopefully we see you guys soon. And thank you guys for watching.